So this is my everyday makeup tutorial on my acne prone skin. A little background of my skin. I have red, dry acne all over. I hardly get oily. Sometimes I get oily in a T-zone, but that's like on a humid day. Most of the time I'm just dry right now. And my makeup routine consists of high end and low end. So if you like a product and you end up seeing something you like, then, and I hope it works for you, but this is what works for me as an everyday. I posted a picture on my Instagram right here, so I'll be going off based on that look. So I'm gonna go ahead and prep my skin. What I first use is Smashbox Photo Finish. I do like this one around my chin area because I do have texture on my chin, and I want to say on the forehead. So I'm just gonna dot here and just rub that in. So then I go in with this Ulta Beauty color correcting face stick. It's in the color green, which is obviously good if you have any red areas that you do want to cover up, camouflage, color correct. So I'm just gonna put that on the most red spots on my face, everywhere. So what I learned when you use this, it's better to press it into the skin instead of rubbing it. If you rub it, it's just gonna move everywhere. So once I tap that in, I'm gonna take my MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus. This is gonna be the hydrating one. I'll just spray that just to get that extra hydration everywhere and just set that color corrector. Okay, so once I do that, I start on my brows. I'm using Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in the shade Ebony, and I'm taking a Sigma brush. I need a new one because it's about to fall apart. So when I do my brows for a fresh look, I don't like to go too intense on the brows. I start shaping my eyebrows very lightly. So I start at the top and then I bring it down to the bottom. And when I use this stuff, I go very light-handed. And then I'm gonna slowly fill in the front of the eyebrow very lightly. Very lightly. So then I grab a brush and diffuse that in the front. So it's okay if you're messy with this stuff. It doesn't have to be perfect because you're going to carve it out with concealer. I'm going to use Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade 20 Sand Sable. What I do is just grab a little bit on the back of my hand. And then I have a Real Techniques, I think it's like a definer brush, detailer brush. And I'm just going to pick some up and make it flat. And I start carving out on the bottom. And then I carve out the top. Okay, so I went ahead and do my other eyebrow off of camera just because you only want to see one done. Because if I do two on camera, it's going to take forever. So I'm going to go in with my full coverage foundation. This is Maybelline Superstay in the shade 128. This is really hard to match. Real hard. I went to Target to get this and I found some open bottles and I swatched them, and it is very difficult to match this to your skin. Oh, it is full coverage, and you're wondering why are you using a full coverage foundation if you want a fresh look. You can get a fresh look with a full coverage. So I'm gonna take my beauty blender and I'm just going to do one pump on my cheek, and I'm just gonna distribute this throughout the skin. It is a matte finish. The reason why I use matte on my dry skin, I already put moisturizer on my skin, toner, serum, everything, and a hydrating primer on. So my skin is good on whatever. If I'm gonna use a matte foundation, then I'm good. If you prep your skin, you're good. And I'm just gonna pat it everywhere. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side. Just one pump. crazy how this foundation is very full coverage, and I love it. Maybelline concealer once again. I'm just gonna put that underneath my eyes to bring it up here. And I'm just gonna highlight the places that I want more lift. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend it out on the side of the Real Techniques blender. And then I don't like to go too light on my concealer. I like that yellowness because the yellowness just gives you a natural highlight. I am going to set my under eyes with Maybelline Fit Me powder, which I hit pan with, in the shade 120. I'm almost out of it. I love this under the eye. It gives your eye like a nice, it brightens up your eye. Very pretty. Now to set my whole face, I'm going to use the Bare Minerals Bare Skin Perfecting Veil in the shade Light Medium. It gives you such a nice like perfecting film. It just makes you look poreless, and it's very good for dry acne skin. If you have any dry spots. And I love to pat it into the skin. For contouring, I'm going to use Tardiest Pro Glow, and I love this contouring shade right here. It's shade Sculpt, and I don't know, something about it just makes my, I don't know, cheeks. I'm just gonna bronze my whole skin. I love the bronze look lately. Bring it up temples, and this is more of a gray undertone, so it is a contouring shade. Went ahead and already contoured my nose. I just do that off the camera. This takes the longest. I'm gonna go in with the Anastasia bronzer in the shade Rich Amber. This is just to warm up the whole look, get rid of that grayish look that I have going on. And I'm just diffusing the contour with the bronzer shade. That's my forehead. Get rid of my forehead. Bring it down to the chin. And sometimes bring it down to the neck as well. And go ahead and clean up some of the contour. And I'm just gonna bring it here. Put it on my chin. Down my nose. And a little bit on the forehead. And I let that bake for a little bit. So the eyes. Take my Maybelline Fit Me Again. This is great. So I'm just going to prep my eyes with the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. Just kind of get rid of the redness, and if I have any veins showing, just like to get rid of it. And I just use my ring finger and blend that out. Use actually the contour shade that's in this palette and use it for my crease. And this eyeshadow is very quick. Does not take long to achieve it. So I just put that to my crease, just kind of bring it up, connect it to my nose contour. Just kind of bring it down. You don't have to know how to do eyeshadow to do this eyeshadow look. Take my Modern Renaissance. I'm going to take the shade Primavera. I'm gonna say it in Spanish. Primavera, because that makes more sense. I'm just gonna take that on a flat brush. Oh, and the blending brush was Morphe M433. I love this blending brush. And this is just a brush that came in one of the Urban Decay palettes, and I just use it for any shimmer. So I'm just gonna take that, pat it, and just gonna put that on my eyelid. Then I take a little and put it on my brow bone just to kind of highlight it. Just gives you a nice highlight. Take a blending brush, and I'm just gonna take off what I set. This is still my favorite blush, and I got it from Sephora on my birthday kit, and I'm gonna buy the big one after I run out of this one. It's in the shade Party, and it is very pretty. Just gonna put that on the cheeks. I always blend it towards up my nose for some reason. And I just take the MAC Prep and Prime and just kind of melt everything back to my skin. I'm in love with this palette. I will always love this palette. This palette is a staple in my makeup. The shade Stunner, and it's just like this gray looking silver color, and I'm gonna put that on my cheekbones. Look, oh, I love this color. Down the beginning of my nose, just right there, and the tip. I always put it here and the tip of my nose. I never put it right in the middle just because, I don't know, something about it throws me off. Now I'm going to take my L'Oreal Voluminous Original Mascara. I'm going to put that on my eyelashes because where else would you put it? I don't know. I had to switch out my batteries because my camera died. That was rude. Life just keeps screwing me up. Now I'm gonna take the ColourPop lippy pencil in the shade BFF. It's a nude lip liner. I'm gonna take Tarte of the Sea lipstick and colada because we all want a colada. Okay, so the trick of getting this off, many of you know this, everybody knows this trick. If you don't, where have you been? I just get a spoolie, and then you just scrape it off and blend away. If I'm going to work, this is my everyday look. If I just want to be like, okay, give me a natural look, but still have something on, this is my look. I'll go ahead and list all the products I use in the description. What's English? I don't know. Go ahead and list all the products I use in the description on my social media. You're not the only one struggling with acne, okay? You're not alone. It's okay to leave the house without makeup, and I know I struggle taking my advice as well, but no one's gonna be like, ew. No one's gonna be like that. Like, just mind your business. Go out. If you need your skin to breathe one day, then just let it breathe. Hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. My dog was actually like being such a good boy today and didn't make any barking noises, didn't do any sort of noises, so I am actually really proud of you. Such a good boy? Are you being such a good boy? Okay, stop. Bye guys. Say bye. You can't talk, okay? Bye guys, thank you for watching.